Thank you for joining us for tonight's postgame press conference following Long Beach State's home opener. We'll start with a statement from head coach Chris Hacker, and then it'll open up for questions.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously tough when you lose at home. We felt like we had every opportunity to win the game. We felt like we should have won the game. But I'm excited about the group that I have. I know these guys are going to come to work in the next game and can continue to get better in the next practice. There's a lot of things that we learned from this game that we'll take with us and continue to make us better. And that's all it's about. We're just going to keep getting better all year.
Hey, guys. Matt from the 562. First off, tail two halves, they got really clogging up the paint when you guys are trying to get in the first half. You guys didn't get many opportunities. Obviously, it's hard not to talk about this game without free throws. They went 31 for 36 or something like that. And just talk about that and what challenges they had. This didn't go to any of the players. What were they doing difficult that made it difficult for you guys to get shots off? And then also in the second half, what were the adjustments?
I didn't really understand the question, honestly.
Well, I'll just say this because I don't want these guys talking about fouls or anything like that. The reality of it is that we've been fouling the last couple games, and that's something that we've been trying to rectify, doing a better job of guarding without fouling. And really there was no adjustment in the second half except for our guys. They're smart players, and they figured out who to go to at the end of games. And if you've been watching us, we haven't really been able to identify early on the last couple games, like who's going to be a guy that we can go to at the end of the game. And both of these guys had huge moments throughout the game. But I think that's the makeup of a really good team is when you, as players, start identifying and not fighting against what's actually happening on the floor. And so it was just really good that we were able to direct the ball, and guys let Peter go to work, guys let Shaq go to work, and no one on the bench was complaining about it, and everybody understood what was going on. So.
Shaq, 18 points for you in 20 minutes on the floor. What was feeling good on the offensive end?
Yeah, it just felt good. After my first one went in, when I first got in, I just knew it was going to be a good night, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, and then, Coach, for six, you guys outscored them by 6 in the second half. What do you think adjustments went in behind that, and what are you hoping to build upon with that performance?
Yeah, I mean, in the first half, we gave up too many threes. We were scrambling a little bit too much, over-helping. We were losing guys, and that's a really good team. That moves really well, and they have a lot of good shooters out on the floor, so everybody's got to lock in. And then in the second half, we gave up less threes. All of them were contested, and we really made them go to their bread and butter, which is the big fella down low. And so we took away threes, and it became a free throw battle at the end of the game.
Yeah, Coach, coming down to those final few possessions, the three from Petar that cut the lead to 2, off that play you were pointing to him. Can you talk about his role in this offense, and especially in close games?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, when you talk about the development of a team, when you're developing that camaraderie and that mesh that you have to have as a group, I think Petar was in a situation in the last game up at Pacific where we went to him, and I think he looked at it and he said, there's some adjustments I need to make and I need to be more aggressive. This is one of the most unselfish players that I've ever coached, and so I'm asking him to play a little bit more outside of his element and look to score a lot more. And I think people are just seeing the beginning of what type of scorer he can be. And it's going to really bode well for us when he gets really comfortable there, because then he'll be scoring and facilitating at the same time. And that's why I think this team has a chance to be really good, because we have smart players like that can make adjustments in a game and say, okay, I understand what I need to do for this team to win.
Nice. Rob Diaz also came in that first half, changed the game in transition especially. What can you say about him, his role, and his impact on the floor off the bench?
Yeah, I mean, Rob transferred in from a Division II school. So at the end of the day, the pace, the athleticism, all of those things are a lot different than what he's faced. And so it's taken him a couple games to get adjusted, but he is a tough kid. And so, he asked me after practice the other day, he said, Coach, can I just go at times and pick my spots? And I said, Rob, do what you did at Humboldt. Like, go get 17. Go do whatever you need to do to make you feel comfortable as a player. And, again, all of these guys are starting to figure out who they are within what we're doing. And if you watch this from the beginning, we didn't have a lot of camaraderie or connection offensively when it comes to just flow and different things like that. And you can still see tonight that there were some breakdowns where we got to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we didn't know what to do. And so that's just guys still trying to get comfortable. But Rob is one of those guys, he'll do whatever you ask for him. And when he came off the bench, he just gave us impactful minutes. So I'm excited about, watching what he did and what he can become as well.
Nice. Petar, beginning of your Long Beach State career, home opener. What was the feeling like being out on the floor?
Honestly, it felt great. Like when I see like how the people were like cheering for us, even after a loss, like see how everybody was clapping for us, and they saw that we battled on the court. So it felt great to know that people still have our back, and that they will probably still come and support us. And even at the end of the game, at some point with Shaq, we was like at the free throw line trying to like have everybody to yell, so to try to deconcentrate it.
Yeah.
Yes, to make them miss the free throws. So honestly, having a gym like this feels great.
All right, one last question for Coach Leopold Levalon in a very tough matchup today, especially down low. He struggled with fouls this year. Why put so much trust in him for this game and in such a tough matchup?
Well, because I believe in him, and like I believe in all of these guys. I think we brought him here to make plays and be a difference maker with physical guys like that. And so, I think again he's getting more comfortable. This is Leo's first time playing in the United States. His first 4 games in the United States of America. So the pace, everything is totally different for him. And so I trust that. After he understands what foul discipline is and he gets better in those areas and he gets his legs under him, he's going to score more. He's going to be a guy that we utilize more. You can see him push the break a couple times when he grabbed a rebound. Like, that's how he wants to play. And he's another really, really smart player that's going to continue to get better and it's going to make us better at the end of the day.
Coach, first half saw you guys only scored 12, or saw the starters only score 12 points to ISU's 31 points. Is that due to still figuring out lineups, or is it just another slow start for you guys?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a slow start. I think, we gave up the first possession of the game. We got them in rhythm. They ran an OB. The kid hit a jumper in the corner. And for us, we are trying to really master the defensive end of the floor. And again, if you watched us the last couple games, I think we're getting better for longer periods defensively. And at the end of the day, we're not going to hang our hat on whether or not the ball goes in. That's going to be the identity of this team, because the only thing that's going to travel with us when we get closer and closer to the league is our defense. And that's got to be our identity. And today, like I said, in the first half, we gave up way too many threes. But then when we got comfortable defensively and these guys started making plays offensively, the game just opened up. And I think the most important thing that should be noted is how the guys finished the game. Because most teams would just have given up and, counted ourselves out. But I subbed Cole in the game at the end of the game, and he came in and made a play at the rim. Then he had 2 free throws to tie the game. So this is a group that's going to be resilient all the way through. So it won't be a group that you'll come and watch and you'll say, man, these guys are really, really special offensively in terms of what we're doing offensively. I'm not the best coach in the world, but I know these guys are warriors and these guys are competitors, and you're going to see a competitive group every time they hit the floor, and they're going to be fun to watch because of how hard they play.
Patera, coach has talked about this a couple times, but can you just talk about what that fight felt like for the team in the final minutes trying to battle back and win this game?
Can you repeat the question?
Just how was the fight with the team, and how did it feel for you guys building together as you were trying to finish out the game and grab the win?
So basically, at the end of the
Yeah.
game,
It felt great when I looked up and we was only down it was like 80 or like 70.
Yeah,
It
we
was
down
like we
like
was down
6 or
like
something.
6, and Cole came and hit a 3. I'm yelling on the bench like, it's not over. We still got a lot of time. 9.6 seconds left. It's a lot of time. I'm telling everybody keep going, and we still had a chance to win with Cole going to the line. And that's all I was just trying to keep everybody like in the heads in the game, like we still could win. Like, it's a lot of time. 3-point game, 9.6 seconds left. We still in this. And it was like everybody was buying in. The bench was hype, cheering, and all that. So it was good. I understood that.
okay, go ahead.
No, he said like
Okay.
they said like everybody was fighting till the end. So like nobody, even coming from the bench, like you said, like Cole got in the game and immediately like started fighting with everybody. So nobody like put the intensity down at the end of the game, even though we was down 6 with like a minute left.
All right, great. Thank you, everybody.
All right, appreciate it.